Eric, it's been a sad
Seán,
day. It's been a
what?
sad. It's been a sad day for me.
Why?
I'm somewhat mourning a loss of where it all began for me. 16 years ago, out in the back garden was my very first gym.
I
Big
don't know where we're
16
going
by
to.
10. You know where I was going with that. Yeah,
Dead.
on it. And then me and my dad's like, right, we ordered a new shed and we're like, it has to go. And like half the wood, you just tap with a hammer, and like half was falling apart. So I got a good Cook Norse kicks to the side of the shed and ripping down the roof and all the rest. But we got it done. We took 2 hours. And like the back garden is like, it's like a big it's just a pit of wood right now. It's like, Jesus, we go back 20 years where you used to do bonfires and stuff. No, but it's be so easy to get rid of. But the skip is on the way. And it was just a little bit sad because like that's where my training started from. Like that skinny 9 stone 17-year-old kid just finishing up the leaving cert and starting training out there. I weigh myself there today. I'm 85 kilo now. But like, I think that's twice the weight I was back then. You know, I was probably 9 stone wet as well. And just that story of how everything began and not knowing a thing about the gym, just that kid who just made all the wrong mistakes, just benching all the time and doing bicep curls and absolutely nothing else, and
I'm still doing that.
And all the rest. So with that in mind, I can relate, and everyone who's been through the training process can relate to people starting out. And that is exactly what today's podcast is going to be about. People starting out their first time running, building towards a 5K challenge, because as of today, when people start to hear this podcast, we will be starting our Couch to 5K/5K challenge. And with that said, hit the intro music. Let's go for another episode of the Any Given Run Day podcast. It's Seán and Eric. Let's go. I was kind of happy with that introduction. What is the crack with that?
Do you know what? I think this season something good is happening. I think the tides are shifting, Seán. I think they're actually getting mediocre at this. So
that's a step up.
I'm proud of you.
How you getting on? How is the one more week of the American lifestyle? Huh? Before we get into today's podcast, how are you going on?
One more week, and I have to say, I'm very glad that we're doing this 5K challenge because I have been pigging out something shocking. I'm taking out fried chicken, barbecue, you name it. I had chicken and waffles the other day, Seán. Right?
Chicken and waffles.
Went to this diner, right? So I looked, it was like chicken and waffles. I was like, what a strange combination of sweet and savory, right? So anyway, we got this fried chicken. We got this massive waffle covered in strawberry butter with loads of
butter.
Yeah, listen, I know, sounds disgusting, but
sorry, go ahead.
My arteries are clogging just thinking about it. So, and it wasn't just like, 2 drumsticks. It was half a chicken fried, covered in all sorts, with a waffle. Had 4 liters of lemonade because they just give you them refills and they were dry as anything. So
Jesus,
Seán, I rolled out of that place. I swear to God, I could actually. It looked like I had a little pregnant belly on me. I was walking to the car. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Was that one of those Cracker Barrel places?
It was called Metro Diners. Just one of these southern diners that you get all this crazy like combinations of southern food. But my God, I actually need to get home.
That is sick. I was at a Cracker Barrel before in that part of the world nearly, and they had it was a Coke chocolate cake, and it was like chocolate cake filled with Coke, and I was like, I even said it away. I was like, what's the point in this? And they're like, why not? I was like, there's enough sugar and Coke and cake and stuff as it is without putting a ton of Coke into it on top of it. Of course I had it because I had to try it. But I think half the people listening to your story can't get over the fact you call the place a diner. And the other half can't get over the fact that you're actually sitting in a diner right now, because we ain't had that in a long, long time over here.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, unfortunately, yeah. I've had a good time in terms of the restrictions here have been social distance, but restaurants, kind of like when Ireland came out of it there and there was social distance restaurants and stuff. That's just kind of how life is over here. It's that kind of reduced restriction state that Ireland was in. You wear your masks everywhere, social distance. So I've been lucky. I feel for everyone at home, but talking of starting from scratch, I feel like after all the crap I've eaten over the last 3-4 weeks,
starting from scratch.
Yeah, it got busy, and it was just the diet was bad. McDonald's was visited many a night, so I'm starting from scratch with everyone now tomorrow, or today as they're listening. And we always record it at night early. There's no secret there, but so Monday for me, 5K challenge for me as well. I swore I'd never do it again after I did the sub 20 the last time, but I think I've more respect for it this time. I think I let my ego get in the way the last time because I could run a half marathon in an hour and 30, and then I couldn't run 5K unless it was just really annoying. So
Gotcha.
I think I'm going to put my ego aside on this one. I'm going to take my time and push when I have to push, recover when I have to recover, and look after the body. And we talked last week, Sean, about preparing the body and looking after ourselves and setting the foundations. So this is what it's going to be all about. And hopefully we can, if I can repeat the same time, I think I'll be doing a lot better because it's been very different for me this time around. So, but yeah, starting from scratch for me tomorrow, and this is how the year begins. I've been doing the runs with the 30-day challenge, which has kept me ticking over. It was never a hard run. It was always, easy kind of pace, just mileage, just to burn off the 7,000 calories I ate that day, really. but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. And people always, when we start something like this, people always kind of get apprehensive. I get apprehensive myself. My first run, I'm like, oh, expectations. I'm afraid of posting my time and don't want people to judge how much of a belly I put on. And I just want to reiterate to anyone who is listening or follow along, time is for you, not for us. The time is posted up there so you can look back at a post and see, geez, 4 weeks ago, I was 4 minutes slower. That is the motivation that you're going to see. It's not for us to go, oh, they're really fast, or they're really slow. And you will see people post faster or slower. It's about posting and accountability. That's why we asked you to do it. And for us to be able to see how far you've come along and give you that encouragement and keep encouraging you. To be honest, that's one thing. It's probably an Irish thing. We are really, really bad at putting ourselves out there. Yeah. We're so bad at putting ourselves out there because we're afraid that someone's waiting to put us down. And unfortunately, they are. I put you down every day of the week and you put me down every day of the week. But
we just brush it off.
Yeah, because we're used to it. But it's one thing I've seen over here is just they encourage you no matter what you do. I was standing at a parade at Christmas, like a Christmas little parade in a small little town, and all the kids are going through. And this random guy just kept screaming, "I'm so proud of you," to like random kids and all. I'm just like, that was Ireland.
Shut up, mate.
Someone throw eggs at him. But I think we need to start encouraging our members to be like that as well. That we're proud of everything that anyone is going to do in our group, and we're happier to see a run done. And whatever was your best is your best. Exactly. And if you're not achieving your best, then we have done something wrong in terms of our encouragement. And that's why it's important to post. It's important that you see your own progression. It's important to not fear what others are doing. And it's always a thing. And I've done it as well. It was back when you wanted me, we'd go do this. And I was like, I don't really want to. I need to get fit first before I can do that. Like that attitude is terrible.
Yeah, worst attitude in the world.
Get fit with people who are starting to get fit. We're all starting together. We're all in it together. It's just something I've really realized since I've been here. Like, don't be afraid to post your time. Don't be embarrassed by your achievements. Fast, slow, intermediate. Just do it. Just get out and enjoy it. Feel the feelings and the endorphins of getting a run finished and be proud of it. Post your times, post your run proudly because you've done something. You've gotten out. There's thousands upon thousands who have done nothing. So be proud of just finishing that walk or run walk.
100%. I mean,
17-minute 5K. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and people may be saying, "Oh, well, it's easy for you. You two guys say that because you've done this, you ran marathons and all the rest." It's like I have posted, my runs since I started running in 2017, building towards my first marathon. The first time I went past 10K, and I posted pretty much all my runs, and a lot of them weren't great. And that main run we've talked before, that 2017 marathon one, was nothing to be proud of in terms of what I told people I was going to do. I told people I was going to run a full hour faster than what I did, and I was embarrassed and ashamed with all the rest. But the thing was, I was pretty much up myself because no one cared. No one cared that much to go, "Oh, you ran a marathon in 5 hours when you said you were going to do 4." It's kind of like, he did what he did, and people forgot about it the next day, and they just moved on. And that's it. It's like you said, it should be there for yourself to see how far you've progressed more so than anything else. And it's great for me that I look back on it and go, and look like I'm using the Garmin stuff now, but I still go back and look at the Nike Running Club. I still have all those runs 2017 doing 10Ks and like over an hour 5 and thinking that was the hardest run ever. Whereas now I'm doing easier runs and it's 50 minutes. And even saying that, that's to you could do them in 47, 46 easy minutes and you're 3-4 minutes past me. I don't care. That's my own journey that I'm on. And I know what I've done to get there. And I'm just proud of my own journey. And that only happens when, you just accept it from the start. You're not going to be great. You're going to slowly build into it. And that's the first point we have here for people starting their runs. And for anyone else listening to this podcast, like, oh, I know what I'm doing here and stuff and running all the rest. I would just say you might still get something out of this podcast episode because, there's a saying from the late, great Kobe Bryant. And like he was asked why he was so good. And he was just like, mastering the basics. You can't do all the flashy stuff if you don't master the basics each and every day. You just basic hit the shots, dribble over and over again. If you can't do all the extra fun stuff if you can't do that on top of building the base. So with that said, the very first thing would be, I would just say, if you're starting out running today or tomorrow, whenever you start, is just embrace that jogging / walk and ease into it. The first run should not be aiming to be a PB no matter where you're at. It's just ease into it, break it down, slow pace. It's not a massive hit session you may have done before. It's not a balls out session you may do in the gym. It is just keeping it slow. Take your time, ease into your runnings so you can feel like you do more. Because if you start out like a horse right out the gates going 100 miles an hour, you're going to get too tired, you're going to get too sore. That's when the heavy breathing comes in. You're going to increase your risk of injury because your body's not going to be used to it. And then after that, then, you're not going to want to go back out there 2 days later when you see the next run put up on our program in the running group. Just go nice and slow conversational pace, slow jog, walk if you need to, slow jog, walk if you need to, or go by our program where it's literally just 30 seconds of jog, 1 minute of walk, and 30 seconds of jog, which may not seem a lot. We go for 10 of them, just like, oh, I'm just starting to get into it. Just nice and easy in my toes, nice and conversational. Come back. You've got to work out the next day with us online in the group. Wednesday, let's do a little bit more. And now we're starting to build in. We're going easy into it rather than completely killing yourself in the first session and not doing it again. Just like Aaron talked about before, where he did the intervals and he was like, he killed himself on the Wednesday, couldn't do anything again to the following Monday.
Yeah, and it was at a time where we were trying to encourage Aaron about the endurance game, and whether he'll admit it or not, it was towards the end of that kind of challenge. He kind of sent us a text going, what am I doing wrong here? It's, again, ego coming involved with him being like, I need to beat someone, I need to do this, and they're not going to tell me how to do it. And he took an ego check because for 5 days of a 7-day week, he was rode off. He couldn't do anything. And that's what people are going to find. And we have said it from the start, run slow to go fast.
Yeah.
Run slow to go fast. Because when you're starting out on this, if you go too hard, you'll find yourself getting shin splints. Some people get, you'll find your back getting sore, in between your shoulder blades cramp up. That's something that happens to me when I don't run for a long time. And it's just uncomfortable. It's just not nice. And it makes you want to stop. It's an extra little thing that's in the brain that's telling you to stop, screaming at you to stop. It's like, why are you doing this? The body's freaking out. It's like, hold on a minute. We just left the couch. What's going on? But it is important to just progress it slowly. And everyone who says to me, I hate running, I asked them their experiences of running. They were like, oh, I tried to do this 5K and I nearly died. And I was like, well, that's why you hate running. I was like, why didn't you progress slowly into it and start to enjoy the process of what it takes to learn how to run in it? Like, we're born onto our feet. We walk, we run as kids. We develop a gait. That's us. That's just what life teaches us. So naturally, we know how to walk, run, crawl. And it seems when people are like, oh, running, it's just not for me. Or it's just that because they think, oh, well, I know what running is like. I know how hard it is, and I'm just not doing it. But unfortunately, and I was the same. I don't know how to run. I didn't know how to run.
Yeah.
And then it took people who were experienced runners to come alongside me and be like, nah, take your time. Well, sure, you're tired. All right, let's slow it down. Let's have a walk. Better to keep moving than to just stop and give up. So it is an ego thing. And once people can kind of think to themselves, I don't know everything about running. And still me and you don't know everything about running. We've put ourselves in situations to learn a lot about ourselves, and we've read the books. We've listened to other podcasts. We're following athletes, and we're seeing the methods that they are doing, how they take on hills, intervals, all that kind of stuff. But we're still figuring out, but we've come up with a method that works for me and you that we can progress.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to give to people. And that's what we're trying to give a guide to over the next 6 weeks is that running is not all hell.
100%. And I think it's when people say they struggle with running, it's not for them. I find the number one thing that say to me is they struggle with their breathing, they can't catch their breath, and that's because they are running too fast. It's hard to get into a rhythm with breathing, going 3-4 steps per breath and stuff like that. If you're going 100 miles an hour, like if you started driving a car, you wouldn't go as fast as you can driving the car while trying to learn the gears. The breathing's like learning the gears, getting into the right pace, the right breathing, and everything else goes with it. It takes time to find that pace. It takes time to find what you're comfortable at. So go as slow as you can, nice, slow, conversational pace, so you're not worried about your breathing. And over time, you will naturally increase. Like the last 6 weeks, I've been doing mostly easy runs, they're called, where I'm not thinking about pace and going too hard and stuff like that. And like my times are up there in the running group and on the Any Given Training Day Instagram. You can see that they're naturally dropping each and every week. And that's through nothing else but consistency. Just easing into it, sticking on my headphones, away I go, listen to whatever I listen to. Not thinking about what I'm doing with pace. I don't look at the watch until I'm finished. The odd time I might look at it with 2 minutes to go to a run, see where I'm at. I'm like, ooh, if I get a little bit faster, I might be able to hit this target, whatever it is. But with the exception of that, it's just slow, continuous pace. Keep it going until 20 minutes, whatever it is up or whatever. Do a loop and just go from there. Don't start off too fast.
Yeah, it is the biggest thing, and we've done it. I've been a part of races in the early days, and the crowd gets me, and I start sticking with the big boys. I'm like Declan Moffat from Glen and me and all the Kenyans at the front for the first mile. But it's like anything, we talk about consistency. This is to put people on a path and a habit of what running is, and to be consistent for the year. And we're forcing it on them with a 6-week challenge, and it's strict and it's a guideline, but eventually you'll graduate with your running wings and off you go. And you'll after the 6 weeks, you'll have learned something about yourself. You'll have learned what consistency is and how fitness improves with consistency, not exactly hurting all the time. You don't have to hurt all the time to improve. And that's what this is going to be all about. And it's if people are listening and they're thinking, maybe I won't do it for a week. See how you feel after a week. Don't trust us beyond the week. Just give it a week and see how you feel. And if you're starting to feel good after a week, give the second week a go. And then after the 6 weeks, you'll be writing a testimony of how Seán and Eric changed your life. But no, it's it is, and I don't say that because someone took me on a 6-week journey 4 years ago. Dixon took me on it, and it has changed my life. It's changed everything I do in my life. It's changed my approach to how I see myself in terms of fitness and how I carry myself through sport. It has changed, and it only took 6 weeks of someone being by my side, forcing me out. And that's what we're going to do for people, and hopefully we can have the same impact. And that's what it's all about. And encouraging each other. There's going to be other 100%. People in that group with you that are doing it for the first time, and it's all about encouraging each other. And when you see so whenever I see Seán's gone out and done his 5K, I'm like, oh no, I have to go. I have to go. And that's what it's going to do for you, and that's what the group is all about. So enjoy it, and just embrace the full experience and participate. Yes. Participating and posting is the key. If we see you post once and then we don't see you post again in a week, we're going to be saying, what's going on? It's the accountability. It's the accountability that really gets you through this 6 weeks. And then, as I said, after that, the only one you're accountable to is yourself. And it sticks, and it really does stick.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's just when it comes to, setting goals and stuff like that, for the first 3-4 weeks of this, it's the only goals to set is consistency. Get out there, keep going, follow the plans we have up there, do what you can. After that, even for the 6K challenge, 6 week, the 5K challenge, the end of it, if you haven't done a 5K before, I think just finishing it is the main thing for the first one. Like we should have done for the first marathon, the first goal was just to finish it, and then work on different goals and time stuff after that, rather than overthinking the process. And speaking of overthinking, I suppose going back to running itself, we talk about the breathing, slow conversational pace, like the technique. Just try and stand up tall, maybe a slight forward lean, as just nice, easy steps, one in front of the other. Just keeping that core up tight. Don't be slouched over. Just try and stay up as tall as you can. Going on that run. There's not really too much more to say about that unless you're trying to overcomplicate it. Down the line, different running shoes and gait analysis and all will come into it. But for now, just get a good pair of sports runners and trainers, whatever it is, and just go out and get started. All that stuff could definitely help you down the line. But for now, just get out, get into it. And we have our workouts on a Tuesday and Thursday to help you with cross training as well. So we'll have different strength exercises, different bits of cardio here and there. Go online Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Sorry, and just do what you can in those workouts. Any questions, just hit me up on the comment section. But just do what you can in those. Combine them with your running. You're going to be fitness wise a completely different person over the next 6 weeks. But it all starts with you getting started. We can't push it to that starting point. We only guide you to that starting line to get started. It's up to you to literally take those first steps and start running from there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope people get involved. We've 260 people signed up to the running group, so there is a lot of people out there. There is a lot of people that 200 will be silent. Some will join in, but you can guarantee, no matter who is, you're not alone doing this, and that's why I'm saying it. You'll see it if you do join, and if you have joined, there is a lot of people in that group. Some will be vocal, some will be silent participants, and that's okay. If you're not posting and you're doing your own thing, that's absolutely fine. But we would encourage you to be involved, to participate, because it encourages others. And as we said, for all the reasons, don't be ashamed of it. Just get involved and enjoy it. And it's going to be one of the best experiences as well. It's our giving back as well. Like we have any given training day, we're looking for people to come and who want to change their life. But we know what it's like. We've had people do this for us, and has changed our world and how we see it. And this 6 week is for everyone to just have someone. It doesn't cost you anything to do this, only just your time and your effort. That's all it's going to cost you to do this, and hopefully it will change something in you or push you to be better than you already are. And that's what it's all about, and that's why we do all this. And it's really our passion in doing it, and why we push it.
100%. And it is. It's going to be like egotistically, it's going to be a great feel at the end of 6 weeks seeing so many people doing well. With that said, I think we've wrapped up beginning and start to the Couch 5K. It's up to you guys. Keep pushing from there. Unless, Eric, you have anything else to add there?
It's not just fried chicken wing for me now.
Here, by the way, I don't think I pulled you up on this. Strawberry butter with chicken and waffles. Like out of 10, how do you rate it? Like,
man, easily a 9. Easily a 9.
My God, your standards have dropped in Alabama. What's going on?
I tell you what, it was the nicest fried chicken I've ever had.
Right. On that note,
now the strawberry butter, we could probably do it out now, to be honest. I was just waiting for a heart attack. Listen, I'm looking forward to getting home and eating some good food, I tell you that much.
Yeah, so it's a proper Irish chicken. Before we wrap up the podcast, and I probably should have practiced this beforehand, we did a giveaway we were in the process of doing the giveaway on our Instagram for online coaching for 6 weeks to go with our 5K challenge. So with that, we would have been giving you strength training plans, nutrition, having one of our any given training day coaches with you every step of the way for 6 weeks, maybe building towards a 5K, maybe you had your own specific goals to help you with that. So basically our complete online coaching program, but you'd have it for at least the next 6 weeks. So with that, we're going to do a competition on Instagram, you tag a friend and all the rest. I think I have an app set up on it, and I will have this recording part on for transparency. We will have this up on our social media page. We'll probably be up already on the Sunday evening. So Eric, I think I'm going to share this with you now, and I think this will work. I haven't actually ran it properly yet. This could be a complete cluster muck. Bearing in mind, I'm trying to keep my language contained here.
Oh no, everyone's going to see that I'm lying in bed doing this recording.
How do you share a screen in this thing? Oh, you just say share screen. Right.
Oh, things are happening.
Oh,
look at this.
I know. Look, I'll be tagged by NFL Game Pass on both sides. I have it already. So basically, we have the people who commented on it. Some people commented a few times. Those that commented a few, actually, one of them told me, do not include me in this. But anyway, they're included at the moment, so hopefully their name doesn't come out. And seemingly once I hit start, I'm good to go on this. So the winner will be announced in 3, 2, 1.
Lucy Marie Ann and Steph Spitter.
I'm glad you handled that Instagram name. I'm not too sure. Congratulations, guys.
Lucy Marie and Steph.
On our Instagram page, we will tag you both in it. So you guys have won the 6 weeks free coaching. One of our coaches.
Look at all the confetti, Seán.
I know, confetti.
I actually feel like this is amazing.
I just want to take a moment to say well done to me on this. I only found it like 5 minutes for a podcast just to see if this will work. I'm actually shocked that ran so smoothly. People who know me well know that I'll always spec up with technology, and I won't be able to press play on it.
Press play.
That's it, Lucy Marie-Anne. That's her Instagram handle. Congratulations. Someone will be on to you pretty soon about that. And right before we go, I know this has probably happened already because you guys listened to it, but the banners keep popping up. Eric, Super Bowl pick before we go.
Super Bowl pick. As much as I dislike him, I have to go with Mahomes.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would say Brady because I was going to go with Mahomes as well. I though their offensive line is not that good at the moment. He could get tackled and he could be, the defense could put pressure on him. But I just see Mahomes and the Chiefs winning this one again. Unfortunately,
I'm a hopeless romantic, but I would like to see Brady do it just as a 2 fingers to the Patriots.
I would hope. I hope both teams lose. That's that's what gave me inspiration to smash that gym today. I'm still thinking about last year's Super Bowl, the 49ers losing. Yeah. They got hosed. They got robbed. There was a hold on Nick Bosa, turn 15.
All right, Sean. All right, come on, folks.
Know your audience. No one knows what I'm talking about.
Steph, we'll be in touch.
And on that note, guys, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Any Good Run Day podcast. That's it for myself and Eric, from the two of us. Take care.
Take care. Bye.